what should have happened. I'm looking down, I see them now. They're waiting for it, another sign. I see the sun, I watch it rise. They sing the chorus and start to cry.
Hey guys, Danny here once again, bringing you another update from the PTR. I'm sure, as a lot of you guys know, many things have been changing, and they always do as time goes on the PTR. I did bring a video not too long ago regarding the basic changes of warriors in the PTR, so I'm not going to go into everything in detail once again. I will just cover the few changes that have happened recently within the last few days. As you all know, battle stance gives us a 15% damage reduction. A lot of people have been talking on forums and stuff of how, you know, a warrior shouldn't be able to sit in battle stance all the time, and you know, they should learn how to manage their rage now, which is going to take me on to the next thing that I want to talk about, which is overpower. Previously, overpower costs no rage. It was procced from Taste for Blood by using Mortal Strike, and it is still one of our major abilities, and was, but the best part of it was it cost us no rage. Let's kill this guy here first. Okay, he's dead. Let's carry on. Yeah, so it cost us no rage. Now with the redesign of overpower, I'll just read it out to you guys that don't know. Overpower, instantly overpower the enemy, causing 105% weapon damage. Cannot be blocked, dodged or parried. Overpower has a 60% increased chance to be a critical strike. Overpower is activated by Taste for Blood. Now, just to go over it again, Taste for Blood is when your Mortal Strike deals damage on your target. No, when Mortal Strike deals damage or your target dodges any of your attacks, you gain 2 stacks of overpower. So basically, when you use Mortal Strike, you gain stacks, or if the target dodges your Mortal Strike, then you also gain stacks of overpower, and it stacks up to 5 times maximum. So it really depends on how you want to use it. I agreed, and I think it was a good thing Blizzard did with nerfing defensive stance down to 15%. Okay, you know, you shouldn't be always being able to sit in defensive stance and constantly just, you know, taking 25% less damage for just being in one specific stance. So I think 15% is probably fair, even though we don't have the greatest of survivability. You know, we have Die by the Sword, which is a 2-minute cooldown, and then we have Shield Wall, which is a 5-minute cooldown. Rallying Cry, which gives you 20% maximum health for 10 seconds. So, you know, we don't have the greatest of survivability as a warrior. You know, even now sitting in defensive stance, if you're stun locked, you can die like any other class. So, you know, it didn't really make much of a difference. The nerf came, fine, we take it on the chin. But the major thing that's changed now is with the nerf to defensive stance and the cost of rage on overpower. Sitting in defensive stance, as you can tell, it generates 1 rage every 3 seconds while in combat, and your melee swings, which I'll go now, you can see, so we've got 1 rage every 3 seconds. You know, you're getting 1 rage every 3 seconds on white damage swings. Now let's see what we get in battle stance. So we're at 18 right now, 31, so that's 13 rage, and then obviously your attacks give you rage. So you know, the rage difference is quite significant. Nerfing the stance and then adding rage to literally all our abilities is going to be very difficult for a warrior to deal damage. I'll just give you a quick overview. So we shout, we charge, we're sitting on 47 rage, we mortal strike, we colossal smash, say we shockwave. We want to be using slam as it does a lot of damage. Well, it does a lot more than what it did before. It was 190%, now it's 220%. So now I'm forced to use Berserker Rage because I was rage starved, as you can see. And remember, when we're charging, we want to be using a hamstring. We want to be using our shockwave, our thunderclaps there, so we can get our debuffs up on the target. So using that and taking into consideration, these are the things we need to prioritize. And as soon as we attack a target, as you can see, I'm already struggling for rage. So I used my slam, and I'm sitting here with no rage, and I've used Berserker Rage. Now we're forced to use Berserker Rage where we may not want to in situations. You know, I have 5 stacks there. I cannot even use Taste for Blood. You know, it's literally that bad. I don't understand how Blizzard expects us to manage our rage. It's physically not impossible. You know, they've given us an ability which does more damage, which is Slam, which really takes Heroic Strike out of the picture. 5 stacks of Taste for Blood, and you know, it's very difficult to manage the rage. You've buffed an ability doing more damage, yet you've added cost of rage to another ability, which literally makes us rage starved. So now, sitting in battle stance, we do the same thing. So we charge in, we hamstring, we thunderclap, we mortal strike, colossal smash, and even here you can see, you know, that the rage is not really as smooth as it used to be with the cost. People might think it's 10 cost, but when you're spamming it 2 or 3 times, you know, to get rid of your stacks, you are going to be struggling with rage. So the whole mechanic of Taste for Blood and then adding a rage cost to it doesn't make no sense. So, you know, I think in the next patch, warriors will struggle quite a bit because we'll be forced to sit in battle stance a lot of the times with the rage issues that we have, and we're already dying in stun locks, you know, like most other classes are, while sitting in defensive stance now. So imagine being caught in battle stance, and you know, we won't really survive as well as we have been, even though it's not been great at the moment. So I think there's something that Blizzard needs to do. Would really appreciate people's feedback on this. You know, send Blizz message on the PTR, put your concerns across, because at this point in time it's very hard for me to see how a warrior is going to deal damage and try to be defensive at the same time. Either Blizzard needs to reduce the rage cost of, say, Slam and Heroic Strike, which Heroic Strike at this point in time is like a wasted ability. There is no rage really to use that, because Slam will do a lot more damage than Heroic Strike at the moment, so there's no sense in using 30 rage on Heroic Strike when you have Slam. Deadly Calm is still showing here, but I think it's been removed from the game. that's another downside for us. Rage is already hard to manage, um, and using that, it did give us the ability of reducing our rage cost of heroic strike by 10 rage. But now, as far as I'm aware, deadly calm is out of the picture as well. So I am pretty concerned with how warriors are going to do next patch. It's not a pleasant sight to see. It's not a rant and rave, which people might think. It's just simple concerns, which I believe will affect our playstyle in the up and coming patch. Leave a comment below, let me know what you guys think, what your thoughts are on this, and if you did like the video, I'd appreciate if you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I will be having a lot more content coming up in the near future. Thanks very much and take care.